back at him a year later.
Good inside play, and Embry, one of the 3 tough inside people, able to convert. But he sent the letter of apology, McAllister, to an official. It was the wrong official.
Good intentions. And right away, it's Daryl Kennedy hitting his first shot. He picked up a lot of the offensive slack with Wayman Tisdale going on to the pros. Lamone Lampley comes back down and hits a bucket, and DePaul quickly in front 4-2.
Doesn't take Oklahoma long.
This is exactly what we expect to see.
Now you see Strickland, he's trying to settle it a little.
Holmes gets the roll.
Not a bad break. Under control. That's what they need.
We've played 1 minute, and DePaul has hit 3 quick baskets already.
Man-to-man by DePaul. Kennedy is tough in there.
Johnson draws the foul underneath against Lamone Lampley.
The other night, Johnson was sensational. Blocked a couple of shots late. Helped save the win. Between he and Kennedy, they lead the nation in butts. That's according to Billy Tubbs. They have the biggest butts in America. So they can post up.
Johnson misses the first of 2. Doesn't have real good size, as you see, but makes up for that with a lot of muscle, a lot of strength inside. Johnson now with his first point, 6-3, DePaul in front. We played a minute and a half here at Greensboro.
Trap. Embry doesn't look too sure of taking it out. Strickland trying to calm it down.
Nice pass to Lampley. He misses the slam, but he was fouled.
Good cut. Jackson had the basketball, and Strickland was out at half court, waving for the ball back to calm it down. But a good cut. And Lampley, the other night, great basketball, continuing early today.
Coaches told us that Jackson is underrated as a passer. That time he found the open man going down the lane, and Lampley misses the first of 2. Lamone is a 68% free throw shooter. DePaul's free throw shooting percentage going into the NCAA tournament was the worst out of the 64 teams, and Lampley misses them both.
And that can be a problem late in ball games. They're into the 2-3 now, and of course against Virginia, they took Colonies out of the game with this.
Davis with a good pass inside to Kennedy, can't find the handle, and he's called for traveling.
Converging defense. Oklahoma's a good outside shooting team, particularly Bowie. I don't know how much 2-3 Joey Meyer can show.
Though Oklahoma averages nearly 89 points a game, DePaul right at 69 a game. A little slower pace offense for them. It could be a high-scoring one today.
Strickland with a deep shot. Of course, he was back to balance the floor and strip Linwood Davis. He's got to be careful with that long jumper.
Linwood Davis inbounding. Anthony Bowie. Good player. Bowie can make the long-range jumper. Also can do some damage inside.
Well, he's out of Seminole Junior College. Jimmy Kerwin, the assistant coach for Oklahoma, came with him. I think he's got great ability, but disappears certain nights.
Johnson short on the 6-footer, and Embry gets the rebound for DePaul.
Good composure. That's a key item for DePaul. Can't get in a ratty basketball game. Nice passing.
Holmes baseline way short. And Oklahoma now with Linwood Davis back out to McAllister. He'll pull the trigger.
Making up for lost time.
McAllister averaged over 18 a game this year for Oklahoma. He's only a junior.
I asked if he backhanded the throw of the cup of water or dunked it. He said, I really went after him. Again, inside, though. Just keep hammering in there at the ball.
Holmes couldn't get it to go. Back comes Oklahoma. Johnson. Johnson's missed a couple of short ones early. Here's Tony Jackson.
That should be the other way. Holmes, excuse me, Jim.
Holmes came crashing in. He's a senior, and Kevin Holmes has played in more games at DePaul than any other player in school history. Just recently broke the mark set by Tyrone Corbin. This is his 123rd appearance in a DePaul uniform for Kevin Holmes.
Shot of Billy Tubbs. What do you think of Billy Tubbs at Houston, your old stomping ground?
That has been rumored.
And in our discussion, he pursued the issue, didn't he?
Tubbs, an outstanding coach at Oklahoma. And there'll be a lot of programs that would love to have him.
Oh, great penetration.
Strickland.
Under control. Great last month of the season for Rod Strickland. Man to man.
Here's Bowie now, driving down underneath. Good pass to Johnson for 2.
In traffic, terrific hands. But Bowie, excellent pass.
Louisville with a 4-point lead over Bradley at halftime. And that's one of your picks this year, Louisville, Bill, in the tournament. Do you like it?
Well, I vacillate day to day.
I think it's a good choice.
Good run.
Bowie got caught, though, traveling. Now Dallas Comegys is in. Coming off the bench, Comegys is the leading scorer for this DePaul team. Over 14 a game, but recently Joey Meyer decided to bring him off the bench.
And they're playing better, and he is. He lacks stamina and occasionally is not into the flow. Terrible thing to say about a player. He's got to go hard. He's got great ability. Potential wasted is sad.
From the corner, Davis. And now Oklahoma takes their first lead, 9-8.
I think DePaul has to play close to the vest all the way through this tournament if they're going to win games. They're going to be in a lot of close ones. Judgment. That's what they have to use. Good judgment.
Patience here on offense. Comegys outside.
Strickland could step in.
Embry.
Ball goes to the post. All Rod Strickland has to do is step to the foul line.
Ron Roberts into the game now for Oklahoma, number 23. 6'8" junior. Here's Kennedy now. His jumper's off the mark. Picked up by Jackson.
See, Oklahoma, when they're in doubt, they shoot. They don't back dribble. Don't try and set it up. Let it fly. So they get in trouble.
Comegys. Embry off to a good start. And this time it doesn't go. Loose ball picked up by Kennedy for Oklahoma. And the Sooners can retake the lead. Davis from the outside again.
Nice play down the baseline by Anthony Bowie. He didn't have anything. Kicked it right back out.
11-10, Oklahoma in front. 13:40 to go in the first half. Comegys on the baseline. Back out to Strickland. One of the top freshmen this year. Comegys from way outside.
I had a Roman Catholic in Philly. Everybody wanted him. DePaul made 27 trips into Philly, and they got Ray Meyer to go in, which he didn't do for any player.
They say the most highly recruited player in DePaul history.
Good deal.
And there he is. Comegys almost with the steal, but back comes McAllister.
Oh, he had that one read. He could feel it. He was sprinting from the baseline, just didn't catch the basketball.
And Embry, starting center. Marty Embry a little slow getting down court.
He feels it. Again, quick though.
Embry as though he was injured, but back up now on his feet. And Oklahoma with the chance to up their lead to 3. Way out is McAllister. Picked up by Holmes. Hard worker inside. Strickland driving. 1-on-2.
I didn't think he had anything. He made a pretty good shot out of that. Balanced floor by Oklahoma. Alley-oop.
Oh, behind Anthony Bowie. That was a good example of Strickland's ability. He took it to the basket and was able to really find himself a good shot. It just didn't drop. Early action, Oklahoma, 1 point in front of DePaul. 12:22 left in the first half.
In Alamance County, North Carolina, Honda lawnmowers are assembled from the wheels up. Beginning with the Honda overhead valve engine, each precision part is fitted and assembled to exacting tolerances. Then, the final critical step that determines whether a machine will meet the Honda standard. The Clara Johnson test. If Clara pulls and it starts, it's a Honda.
Ship it.
The Honda lawnmower. It's easy to start, or else.
Here's to you, Beechwood Age, for that clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
This Bud's for you. From Sidney Sheldon's bestseller, her first love was living dangerously. Her second was getting away with it. If Tomorrow Comes, Sunday.
Look who is doing the color commentary on the DePaul radio network.
Up in his perch. The old coach, and of course, I'm told by Ray Stallone, the PR man, that all he does for 40 minutes is get on the officials. A coach's dream when he retires. Get even.
And now Joey, of course, at the helm of the DePaul program. You know, the last time these two met, it was 39 years ago. Ray Meyer, a 33-year-old coach, led DePaul to a victory over Oklahoma. Only the third matchup between these two schools. And the winner, of course, today advances on to the final 16.
Loucks into the game, and Comedy's inside that time with a good kick. He just led him a little too far.
Andy Loucks put the ball back out to Strickland. Working it around is DePaul.
Doing a good job. They're working the triangle on the ball.
Now Lampley from outside, and Lamone finds it.
Oh, my man Lamone. He has been tough.
It's our fourth lead change already. Pass almost too high for Kennedy. He'll take the 6-footer, and he has his second basket of the game, 4 points. Oklahoma back in front.
Billy Tubbs, great motivator, and talking to the other coaches on the staff. They're a very confident team. They'll take some crazy shots, but he lets them loose.
Here's Strickland now, stepping in and hitting.
It's there. Just have to relax.
6 lead changes.
DePaul man-to-man. Switched a couple of times to the 2-3. Good fronting inside by Lampley.
Kennedy back out to Davis. Kennedy looking for the shot. Driving, and he's fouled.
Chu. Boy, he likes to tee it up. He got the shot off just in case they give him 2 at the free throw line.
What a year he's had. Kamaji's with his first. Oklahoma will bring it back in. Trailing by a point. Sooners 26-8 on the year.
2-3.
Record-wise, Bill, very little difference from last year for Oklahoma. Davis misses. Kamaji's there.
Still think they like to have Tisdale out there, though, huh?
This would have been Wayman's senior year.
Ooh.
Now DePaul back at the other end.
Loucks hasn't shot well, but he's known as a shooter. They think technically his technique has been off.
Lampley with 6. The average is only 8 a game, so he's off to a good start.
He's an NCAA player.
There are guys you'll find like that. They were telling us that Kamaji saves his best games for the eye of network television.
Well, he can help them tonight, or today by performing.
Roberts with a nice pump fake and hesitation, gets the bucket to go.
Independence Junior College out of Memorial High School.
There's a good game going on today. Georgia Tech in front of the defending champs by 4. Early action.
Tubbs wants 3 seconds, but they're really using the lane. You see that triangle, Lampley posting up. Roberts caught behind. Excellent ball movement, finding holes in that Oklahoma 2-3.
First on Roberts. And Oklahoma trailing by 1. We are at 9:35 to go in the first half, and DePaul leads 18-17.
Once upon a time, far across the great ocean, there flew a gleaming carriage on the wings of birds. The carriage was called United, and the people who flew in it were happy, for everywhere the carriage flew, the skies were friendly. Friendly skies, friendly skies. But people were sad, too. Why cannot we fly through friendly skies to other side of great ocean? Then one day, a new wind blew. It blew and blew the friendly skies from all 50 states to our land. To Beijing, Shanghai, Osaka, Tokyo, Melbourne, Sydney, Seoul, Manila, Auckland, Singapore, Taipei, Bangkok, Hong Kong. Welcome, gleaming carriage of United. United's Royal Pacific Service, truly a fresh breeze across the Pacific.
You're not just flying, you're flying the friendly skies.
The defending champion, Katarina Witt. The U.S. national champion, Debbie Thomas. The World Figure Skating Championships on CBS Sports Saturday and Sunday.
And DePaul with an early lead over Oklahoma. Jim Nance along with Bill Raftery with the Greensboro Coliseum. Second round action in the East region. First game today. The nation's #1 team, Duke, was a big winner against Old Dominion.
Awesome display.
Really
I
was.
thought. Oklahoma, I'm looking for them to play some man-to-man, to be honest with you. I just think they're picking it apart, even though it's only a 1-point differential. I think they have to be more aggressive, and they are.
They have switched.
Yep, man-to-man.
Lampley from outside again.
Lamone, is he lighting it up? And there's going to be a foul on Roberts, I think, with a push.
Basket counts.
Little turnaround here. Quickly, Billy Tubbs.
Says what?
Not a fan of officials to begin with.
Look of disgust as Ron Roberts picks up his second. The basket counts. DePaul retains possession. So 4-point opportunity here for the Blue Demons.
Solid basketball.
Embry back in his face. Roberts with the block. Was Kennedy on the boards that time?
We're going to give this to Lampley, and I don't think he fouled. Yes, they can get up. They're strong. They take a lot of space. Lampley with the foul. I don't think he pushed off.
Ron Roberts had picked up 2 quick fouls, but he went after this shot of Embry.
Oh, he got all of it, didn't he?
He really did.
And Strickland quick to the basketball. There's a flat 3-2 now. Wing people down, playing the side.
Bowie from the corner. And Louts doing a good job of boxing. He boxed out Kennedy there and took away a possible offensive rebound for the much larger player.
Look at this. Good cut. They found the Lampley to Embry. Sound basketball. Oklahoma caught. Not heads up. In between defenses. And you'll see Lampley, who's having a great game early. Embry enough poise to let the defenders slide by Kennedy and nail it.
Embry is really cooking here early.
Tough inside team. They're quick. They post up well. You mentioned before he was hurt. He bent down at half court. The ref was checking on him. They did take him out. He must have got a shot in the belly.
6 points and 4 rebounds. The average is 7 a game, and this can already, yep, he's hit his average. And we're but halfway through the first half. Change for Oklahoma.
Playing bigger now.
Davis goes out. Johnson comes in. So, yes, a much bigger lineup. 5'11". Linwood Davis goes out of the lineup.
Bowie has to start being effective offensively. He's got to light up. He had the corner jumper. Good deep shooter. Very good athlete.
McAllister was posting up down low, but pops back out now on the wing.
Good roll.
Oh, Johnson.
Bowie with a nice pass. DJ with a nice roll.
Good player inside for his size. And this DePaul team really has a substantial height advantage in this game today.
Lamone going to the well, huh? Louch with the grab, but the 2-3 zone that time.
Once too much.
Maybe. He's got it going. He's got the flow because he might as well tee it up.
And Joey Meyer will take Lampley out of the game, along with Louch, Tony Jackson, and Kevin Holmes check back in for the Blue Demons. Sooners trailing by 4, just under 8 minutes. McAllister, turnaround, beautiful shot.
That's an unusual, nice play. You mentioned before, he ran down and posted up. I thought it was a fake. This time they did it the other side. Turned and hit the jumper.
Embry.
Step in there, Rod.
Inside to Holmes, turnaround.
Nice cut. They had the overload, rolled the lane, and Strickland banging it in there.
McAllister now working the other side. Underneath to Roberts.
Say, Komaji should have been called for the foul. He gambled. Pretty good at getting the ball inside Oklahoma. And one thing, Jim, they're very competitive. I mean, they may look bad for stretches, but they've got this inner strength. They really go after you.
Louisville maintaining a 4-point advantage over Bradley second half.
All right, guys, what?
Roberts gives this team 6 points a game off the bench. He has 4 already today. Junior out of Union City, New Jersey. Actually born and raised in Trinidad and moved to the U.S. at the age of 16. He has some excellent basketball skills that we've seen so far today.
Right, huh? Just in that range. They've got to come out and play him, and that should open up the inside.
Strickland with 6 points now. 4-point lead for DePaul. Johnson, the center, out high.
Just a little slap. You hate to see the post play. That's laziness. Get around in front there, Marty. Embry with the reach in.
Villanova and Georgia Tech. 2-point lead for the Yellow Jackets, Southeast region.
All those changing defenses. Mark Price going to have to read them for Georgia Tech to win. Villanova throws a lot of them at you.
Raleigh Massimino with another outstanding year coaching. What a way to come back after losing your nucleus of a championship team. 3 seniors graduating.
Just hope he got rid of that yellowish suit that he wore at the end of last year. Think he still has that one?
Had a few wins with that.
Yeah.
Kennedy doesn't get the second one to go.
Good tempo for DePaul.
Is it? It is in their favor.
Yeah, I like the way they're handling everything. That's a quick shot and a bad shot. Every once in a while, DePaul gets over anxious. You saw Komaji's once, Strickland once. That time Jackson took his turn.
Billy Tubbs looking on. His team can trim it to 1. We've had a close battle throughout so far here at Greensboro. Oklahoma had a close call with Northeastern, which actually is a very good team.
That's right. Didn't surprise basketball people.
Johnson's miss picked up now by DePaul. Terrence Green into the lineup for the Blue Demons. Passes it back out to Strickland.
Billy Tubbs wanted to walk. You can see him up.
Now Oklahoma was...
That's the shot. Patience. You don't have to force it. Make the zone work a little bit, DePaul.
All 5 starters in the scoring column for DePaul. They now lead by 5. DePaul, though, came into this arena, an ACC place, thrown away. DePaul basketball. And they were victorious over Virginia, which surprised a lot of people on Thursday night.
Terry Holland, one of those people surprised, but I think that ACC flattened them out, and DePaul got their mind into the game. They were solid all night long.
Skip pass over to Green. Back out to Strickland. Green will take it.
Oh.
Right off the bench. The freshman out of Flint, Michigan. Puts DePaul up by 7, their biggest lead of the game.
Actually, the zone now ineffective for Oklahoma. They're going to have to change. In deep trouble if they don't change.
Anthony Bowie has not scored to this point. He averages over 13 a contest, and he misfired on that one.
See Strickland telling people where to go. That's what you like your lead guard to do. Good pry there by Tony Jackson.
Strickland to Holmes. Embry crashes.
Strength. Great inside passing right now by DePaul.
9 for Embry.
Oklahoma's got to get a little pace to the game. A little press after goals. I think switch to the man-to-man.
On a foul called on the play there by Daryl Kennedy. Look at the front line scoring. We have a 9-point difference in the game. And DePaul's big guys inside have a 9-point advantage over Oklahoma's front line. 4:03 left in the first half.
There are lots of new things going on in healthcare. And this new healthcare can be good if there's someone who really cares for you. That's why nearly 80 million people carry the Blue Cross and Blue Shield card. But this message isn't for those who do. It's for those who don't.
Every day, more Americans work with Chevys than any other truck.
Up early, USA. There's a lot of work you gotta do every day. And when push comes to shove, nothing works like a Chevy truck.
Now get low 9.9 financing on new 10 and 20 Series 2 and 4-wheel drive Chevy pickups.
Nothing works like a Chevy. Oh, yeah. Chevy truck.
DePaul off to a good start in this second-round contest against Oklahoma, and they've really gotten a big help from inside Marty Embry.
Well, you see the penetration set it all up. First to miss by Kevin Holmes, but Embry, awesome. Broad back, up strong. The galloping gourmet, as Al McGuire calls him.
He just got accepted to
Washburn Institute.
Washburn Institute.
Easy for us to remember, huh? North Carolina State with
yes,
Washburn
Chris
as well.
Washburn, but he'll be taking courses toward becoming a chef.
Good step through by Terrence Green.
Strickland getting around Johnson.
Oh, I love it.
Taking it all the way.
And a good call, too. Hank Armstrong, sensational. And the play that set it up was right at half court. When he turned and didn't charge, took it to the middle. Right here to step through by Terrence Green. Now, this is a charge by most players. Stop on the dime. Get rid of the man. Shoo him away. Watch the slide. The good 2 pivot foot slide across. And a nice call to boot.
Bill, that is now 3 fouls on Daryl Kennedy. Leading scorer, leading rebounder for the Sooners. Ron Roberts now off the bench. He'll come in and I'm sure replace Kennedy. They can, of course, not afford 4 here.
Whoa!
What a follow by Bowie.
It may have been over the top. Joey Marcus lost his glasses. He thought it was over the top as well. But Bowie can do some extraordinary things.
He has been missed so far in this game.
That's the kind of stuff they have to get going. This pressure now might help them.
McAllister batted away.
They need a ready kind of a game. Street ball. They got to go force the issue up tempo.
Boy, they're inside, though. They have position on the boards.
Excellent position. Just too many hands.
Watch from the left side of your frame now as Anthony Bowie comes in for the follow-up, too.
And with the left hand, too. That's the one where Joey thought he was over the top, but awesome.
Bowie again.
He's got to get into it.
You're right, a play like that could really ignite a team.
Great talent. They're a flow team. They get all excited. The long jumpers go in. They start penetrating. Man-to-man pressure. Got to keep it up.
Strickland working on Linwood Davis.
It's an offensive. Oh, no, they got a 5-second call. I thought they had Tony Jackson with his step in.
5-second call. No penetration in 5 seconds. Dallas Comagese comes back in. Green will go to the bench.
Now you look at Dallas and you say, gee, does he like the game? I mean, he really doesn't exude a lot of enthusiasm, and that's what he needs. I mean, he's got great ability. He got fired up, laid back.
Everyone has seen him have a few great games, though, where superstars written all over.
Oh, look at this strength.
Held ball, and it belongs to Oklahoma.
DJ. I'm sure Barry Switzer took a look at him and wanted to put a helmet on him.
Bowie now has gotten to the offense with 4 points in the last minute.
DePaul
such a versatile player.
And they force them to be patient, which they don't like to do.
Oh, McAllister from the outside, another nice shot. He has 8, which is tops on the team, but let's see here. What's the call, Bill?
Might be Marty Embry. Might be that 4-point play again.
That basket counts.
Who'd they give it to?
They gave it to Comagese. So under 2 minutes to go in the half, and Oklahoma down 12 at one point.
That'll certainly help. Also, they can set up the press, maybe get a turnover, or I think they have to entice DePaul into taking quicker shots. But Strickland, on the other hand, if they get the ball to him, DePaul's been able to get organized, dump it inside.
The lead is down from 12 to 6, and Johnson will shoot a 1-on-1. 68% free throw shooter. Had quite a game against Duke during the regular season.
They made some comeback against Duke. Well, that should be a foul on Roberts.
That'll be his 3rd, right over the back. Roberts hasn't had a lot of time into the game here, not many minutes, but foul troubles will send him back to the bench. Georgia Tech now in front by 8 over Villanova, nearing the end of the first half. Second half, that Louisville lead remains at 4. And Chuck Watson off the bench for Roberts. Comagese a 1-on-1. 65% from the line. Junior out of Philadelphia. Oklahoma has gotten right back into this contest. Cut it to 3 with the hoop here. McAllister's had the hot hand.
They've got great range, good perimeter shooters. Again, they love that speed. Get it going. Ooh. Linwood Davis almost fouled with his head.
He's back up, though. Now this whole momentum turned around, though, with the Bowie follow, which you said might be the one thing that would get that team going.
Terrence Green is running the club now.
Comagese from outside.
Ran a nice down screen, got himself squared. They can be very tough within their framework.
Comagese with 4. Davis has, well, he takes the shot over Holmes, a much bigger player. Outlet pass is stolen away. Actually, an errant throw.
Good hustle.
Another near steal.
Good play by McAllister. Sometimes you'll bend down and it'll slip off your fingertips. But the first pass should have been a chest pass by DePaul, and they looped. Tim McAllister showing pretty good speed.
47 seconds left in the first half.
I think there's a question on the shot clock saying who had possession.
Shot clock reads 38 seconds.
I think they should go a new 45.
Since McAllister never touched the ball.
And DePaul had possession technically.
Exactly. This is a new 45 for Oklahoma.
Flat 3-2. Looks like they're going to hold.
Of course, coming up at halftime, Brett Musburger back in our studio in New York. Scores and highlights of today's action in the NCAA tournament.
Linwood taking a breather. Got a loaf of bread under his arm. DePaul obviously content. Important for DePaul on a long one. Get the rebound. Because Oklahoma would like to get a good one.
Bowie from the top of the key. Battle for the rebound. Watson and Embry with the rebound. Jackson. And DePaul will go to the locker room with a 5-point lead. That's the end of the first half. The score, DePaul 38, Oklahoma 33. CBS Sports coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship will continue after this message and a word from your local station.
Today's East Region's second-round game is sponsored by Cadillac Motor Car Division and your Cadillac dealer. Best of all, it's a Cadillac.
This is a revolutionary advancement in shaving from Gillette Research. The brush. Gillette announces Brush Plus. A shaving concentrate and brush in one. A brush to lift your whiskers with the soothing warmth only a brush can give you. A concentrate with extra softeners and lubricants that are massaged deep into your beard for a shave that is superior. Brush Plus from Gillette for a superior shave.
10 years ago, Xerox invented a technology that changed printing forever. Lasography. Producing razor-sharp images at incredible speed, the laser printer was destined to be on every desk in America. There was, however, one minor drawback. So Xerox developed the 4045 Laser CP. And again, razor-sharp images, remarkable speed, and it doesn't look ridiculous sitting on your desk.
For laser-sharp documents, call Team Xerox.
Come take a trip in a 1986 luxury car built for the 1990s. Cadillac DeVille. Cadillac comfort and roominess, of course. But this Cadillac offers more. It thinks, monitors its own functions, keeps its driver apprised of changing conditions. The most sophisticated engineering and electronics of any DeVille ever. But this technological marvel retains classic luxury. See your participating Cadillac dealer now for special GMAC financing rates.
Right turn, Clyde.
Clint Eastwood and Sandra Locker, loving, laughing, and fighting any which way you can tonight on the CBS Saturday Movies.
You don't get to be the biggest beer in America unless you make a great beer. And making a great beer isn't easy. That's why when it comes to better brewing, there's only one beer that can beat the biggest. A beer that's fully croisoned for natural carbonation and smoothness, and brewed with pure artesian brewing water. Heileman's Old Style from La Crosse, Wisconsin. Old Style, America's best brewed premium beer.
If you find taxes taxing, in place of the family dog, we suggest the family cat. Dreyfus, tax-exempt funds.
The golden years of Chicago tap dancing, Sunday.
55. They are down around the 8-minute mark in the second half in that contest. Duke a winner today, eliminating Old Dominion 89-61. LSU over Memphis State, a buzzer beater. It was 83-81 for the final score. Game was played in Baton Rouge. They also had a buzzer beater at the end of the first half. Watch Baskerville Holmes put it in for the Tigers and show me Dana Kirk on the sideline. Dana says, I can't believe it. He didn't want to believe what was going to happen a little bit later. John Williams tied it at 77, and then it was the last shot time.
Redden's going to take the shot. 2 seconds, 1 second, and the game is going to... Oh, he tied it! Wilson! It was guts and courage, and I'm so happy I'm going to kiss the ugliest man in college basketball. That's how happy I am.
Wait a minute, Dick Vitale should get equal time. 83-81, LSU with the winner. Kansas over Temple easily today, 65-43, and Michigan State outs Georgetown 80-68. We will continue on the road to the Final Four on CBS in just a moment.
Now, almost every new car and truck that's made Chevrolet America's first choice is available with low 9.9 financing on new Corvettes and Camaros, Caprice and four-cylinder Celebrities, Cavaliers and Spectrums, plus S10 Blazers and pickups, Astro Cargo and full-size cargo vans, 10 and 20 series full-size pickups, 9.9 financing on almost every new car and truck that has made Chevrolet #1. 9.9 financing, now on today's Chevrolets.
Are your homeowner's insurance bills swallowing a little too much of your budget? There is something you can do about it.
Leave it to the good hands, people.
Come into Allstate and compare.
I'll be in menswear.
We'll do everything we can to save you some money.
There you are, sir. Nice shirt. Well, thanks. Looks like I get to keep it.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
A member of the Sears Financial Network.
It's getting dark. You and Timmy better be heading home.
Dad, what are you worried about?
You don't want to be out at night with your old car.
The car may be old, but it's got Michelin.
Michelin radials? That's a lot of money for a tire.
Dad, the way I see it, at 10 p.m. on a lonely road, it's a lot of tire for the money.
Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
Participating in the sports made college life a lot more interesting because of the people you met. You were much better known on campus than you were if you weren't participating in sports. And you were part of the school. I learned that you have to work hard for what you get, that you're not going to be successful if you don't work hard. You learn the team spirit and the discipline that helps you all through your life. I think the greatest moment I had at Western Kentucky was when I was invited back by the president of the school a few years ago to give the graduation speech to the students, and going back and seeing the same spirit that was there when I was there.
This message furnished by the NCAA.
Welcome back to New York, and looking ahead to tomorrow's second-round action down in Charlotte, Alabama, the SEC will take on Illinois of the Big Ten. Lou Henson's Fighting Illini have won 20 or more games for 6 of the last 7 years, yet they've never sustained enough momentum to make it into the Final Four. They had their best chance to date 2 years ago.
Blame it on the bracket board or on just plain bad luck, but Illinois wound up playing Kentucky on its home court in Lexington. That, coupled with some questionable calls, cost the Illini a shot at the Final Four. Last year, again, high hopes were shot down in flames. Lou Henson's squad had the misfortune of running into red-hot Georgia Tech. It seemed like there'd be plenty to shout about this year, but team leader Doug Altenberger, who wrecked his knee in a pickup game, became a medical redshirt. The Illini were again down on their luck.
But we've definitely felt like we haven't had a fair shake of things since we've been here. We've lost some players and had some things that it just normally doesn't happen. But you have to plan on it, and I think because of it, the program's stronger. I think our team's better.
One reason why they're better is the emergence of junior center Ken Norman.
Ken Norman is an unbelievable player, the most underrated player in the country. It's unbelievable the job that he's done. He's one of the top field goal shooters in the country. He's scoring roughly 17, 18 points a ball game. He's one of our best defensive players. He runs the break. He just does everything for us.
But seniors Ephraim Winters and Bruce Douglas have been doing it for 4 years. This is their final hurrah.
Well, this is my last year, and I think we're pretty determined to go on and try to make it to the Final Four.
We're not quitters. We fight, we work hard, and, you know, and our main goal is to win, and this year is a great opportunity for us to sneak up and grab a national championship.
Upstate in Chicago, they went wild when the Bears brought home the Super Bowl trophy. Imagine how champagne will start bubbling over if the Illini can do it in Dallas.
I think we'd have to land somewhere else, first of all, maybe in Indianapolis or somewhere, and then take a bus over here. I think the fans around here are very supportive of the team, and who knows, it might be the year for Illinois, and I wouldn't doubt if we did win it all.
Should be a good game. We'll start at noon along with the Navy-Syracuse game out of the Carrier Dome. And a reminder to those of you out on the Pacific Coast, you will join us at 9 a.m. Pacific time to see Alabama-Illinois or Syracuse against Navy. Now let's send you back to the game you're enjoying here on CBS.
May I help you?
Name's Kiefer. I reserved a car for the day. A Firebird.
It's ready and waiting, Mr. Keeper.
Your ordinary everyday car rental doesn't have to be an ordinary everyday car. Not when National Car Rental rents cars like the Pontiac Firebird for just $35.95 a day weekdays, $24.95 a day weekends.
Hello, Kiefer. How was your ride in from the airport?
It was a blast.
Rent some excitement. Call National at 800-CAR-RENT.
1, 2, 3.
Together we can make it the best ride yet. Singing in harmony.
When it all comes together, it's not just good, it's awesome.
Oh, it's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. New McDLT.
Hey, that was a great answer. Where'd you learn about computers?
In the Army.
You were in the Army?
Yeah.
And now they're helping pay your way through college.
How come you know so much?
How do you think I got here?
Qualify for the GI Bill and the Army College Fund and earn $17,000 for college for only a 2-year enlistment or $25,200 for a 4-year enlistment.
What you doing here?
Airborne.
You were airborne?
Find your future in the Army.
You used to jump out of airplanes?
Hey, old buddy! My mower broke down. Mind if I borrow yours?
Sure. Old buddy.
Why is it that the grass is always greener wherever there's a John Deere lawnmower?
Oh, you weren't around, so I helped myself.
Because you can always depend on a John Deere lawnmower to keep running when others don't. It's got adjustable speed drive, a blade brake clutch, and a 2- or 4-cycle engine.
Don't tell me. Your lawnmower is not working.
I don't even own one.
Nothing runs like a Deere.
Parents, I hope you're listening when professionals tell you that drugs are on every campus and in every high school. It's not just the problem student who's tempted by drugs and alcohol. All students from all types of families face pressure to turn on, to get high. The offer usually comes from a friend. Parents, you can be the best offense against drugs in your family. Help your child be a winner. Help your child say no to drugs and alcohol.
This message furnished by the NCAA.
The DePaul Blue Demons. Many felt they were fortunate just to get into the tournament, the 12th seed in the East region, and the Blue Demons lead Oklahoma by 5 at halftime. Second round action from Greensboro. Jim Nance along with Bill Raftery. And Bill, what about that first half?
I just think DePaul had it going their way, and Oklahoma laid back, let them do what they want. It's interesting to me. They went man-to-man early, went back to the 2-3. Too slow for Oklahoma.
Well, DePaul had a 12-point lead with 4 minutes to go in the half, and Oklahoma came back and outscored them 9-2 before intermission. Now you see points in the paint, and that goes to DePaul, 13-8. Here's one of the baskets they had inside.
Well, one of the many reasons they've been doing it with passing or penetration, and here Marty Embry finishing off after the penetration by Strickland. And Strickland, of course, hit the top of the key jumper, kicked it off to the wing. I thought he had an excellent half.
And that put DePaul up by 12. That helped them to that lead. But back came the Sooners, and this was the play that really got him going, Bill.
A little spark. Great athlete, Anthony Bowie, with the follow. That triggered some enthusiasm. They got down in a stance and took the game to DePaul, something I anticipated all evening.
All right, and it's back down to 5. What about the second half?
I think they have to come out and charge, get down in a stance, play DePaul aggressively, take the Flyers. That's their style. Get the tempo going.
All right, Billy. We're ready for the second half in just a moment. Coming up, DePaul leading at halftime by 5 over Oklahoma. We'll pause for this message and a word from your local station.
Good boys got what it takes. Full tilt, all out, holy flakes. Nothing halfway, nothing sweet. Just a great big crunch of good whole wheat. Yeah, hey, banana, move aside. These big flakes got nothing to hide. Wheaties, Wheaties, good whole wheat. Now go tell your mama what the big boys eat.
It's one thing to say you fight friction. It's another thing to prove it. Kendall Motor Oil did. First, ordinary piston rings were plated with pure gold. Then, a prestigious independent laboratory ran them under stop-and-go driving conditions for 5,000 miles. The results? Look, Kendall protected the soft gold. A remarkable test only Kendall has taken. Now, doesn't that tell you something? Kendall Motor Oil, for protection worth its weight in gold.
This is CBS.
If you live in your car, you want to hear Chicago's best variety of rock. So set your button to 93 FM WXRT. It's the only one you'll need.
93 WXRT.
Tomorrow's my first business trip.
So?
So what do you think?
Give him a firm handshake, take him to a nice lunch, and drive a classy car.
Dad, the business is small, money's tight.
Try Avis. Their super value rates are good deals.
Avis tries harder with express service, rapid return, and low super value rates.
A lunch in the car might impress them, but you're gonna knock them dead.
Avis super value rates, so easy.
Weekend Sports with Howard Sudbury, tonight on Channel 2.
Today's East Region second round game is sponsored by Miller Lite. For great taste, there's only one light beer. And by Quaker State. The big Q stands for quality. Always has, always will.
DePaul this year with a season mark of 17 wins and 12 losses. Yet when they lead at halftime, they are 16-3. They have the 5-point advantage after the first half. Marty Embry with 9, already over his average. The freshman, Rod Strickland with 9, and Lamone Lampley with 8 more. For Oklahoma, Tim McAllister with 10. Johnson with 6, and Daryl Kennedy averaging 21 a game has but 5 points at halftime.
And that could hurt them.
You see the foul situation. Kennedy and Roberts both in trouble with 3 after the first 20 minutes.
Kennedy with the 3 won't be able to be as aggressive in his style of inside play. But I'm looking for Oklahoma to come out of the gate. Go get them. If they want to win the basketball game, their whole level of play, and I'm sure Billy Tubbs would agree, has to reach another level.
Duke awaits the winner of this game. The Blue Devils victorious today, 89-61 over Old Dominion in the first game here at Greensboro.
Now, Linwood Davis, of course, guarding the ball right now. He was put back in when Oklahoma started to spurt.
Oh, Holmes, what a move to the basket.
Drop step, put that frame shoulder to shoulder, move by. Pretty play.
Oh, come on first, man. Okay.
Flat 3-2, Jim. Lampley will come up, big hands. He can knock the shot away. Of course, the pass as well.
Louisville by 7 over Bradley. Second half, that game in Ogden, Utah. Oklahoma with this going against this zone defense just really slows them down. It looks like they just want to explode and get going at a faster pace.
They'd like a rule change in the middle of the game. Come play man-to-man. Good post pass.
Joe Kennedy.
Well, the big putt, as Tubbs refers to him, able to pin his man.
Bill, he's going to need a big second half for Oklahoma.
And he's got to be careful with 3 fouls.
Here's Embry.
Good
back
motion.
out to Strickland.
Man-to-man by Oklahoma. Good motion by, once again.
Well, I tell you.
You get that body on the offensive man's body. He knows where you are. He can pick you apart.
Villanova and Georgia Tech in the Southeast, and Georgia Tech by 10 in the second half. Here's Kennedy again. Almost blocked from behind, but what great body control by Kennedy.
DePaul's going to have to go to 2-3. They're letting the ball in the post too easily in that flat 3-2.
For the most part, DePaul has shown tremendous amount of patience today in offense.
Boys know what they're after. I counted 3 bad shots in the first half. There's that quick first step. Oh, almost looks like a walk.
You like that quick step of Jackson. We were talking to him yesterday about that.
Sort of rolls you, or rolls by you, rocks a little bit. Alley-oop. Again, I don't think they can stay in this 3-2. Just too many spots open.
Kennedy has come out and hit 3 shots to start off the second half. He's now up to 11 points.
And Linwood Davis, great trap and hustle.
Davis has it. He's got to watch the backcourt violation.
He was straddled, though. Close. We're right on it.
Kennedy over to Bowie off the glass. And this is Oklahoma's kind of tempo.
That's right. Knock people down, loose balls, get it going.
Jackson. Oh, McAllister from behind. It looked like it might have been all ball.
So now that's the style of play. Oklahoma that time got Jackson in a rush. Even though he ends up at the foul line, the alley-oop earlier, stimulating Tim McAllister. Ooh.
Kennedy, another kind of play that really seems to get this Oklahoma team going.
They want to, they're saying on the pass-off, Joey can't believe it. I don't believe it either. He was passing to somebody up on the rim.
Jackson should be shooting free throws.
He sure should. The ball needs a good shot.
Jackson again. Jackson has 4 points. Senior out of San Francisco, Embry. Up to 13, and he's moving in on a season high.
Showing
6 rebounds.
Some range, isn't he?
I'll say.
Still hanging in there with the 3-2. Got a little trap out of it now.
Kennedy.
The funny thing with Oklahoma, I wouldn't want them to rush and get excited. When they get pumped up, that's their flow.
How about this shooting performance in the second half? DePaul 4 out of 4. Oklahoma 5 for 5 from the floor.
Ramon with a great post-up, and Kennedy with the 3 fouls. Ineffective. Going to be on Jackson as Dave Johnson started to make a move to the goal. He had Kennedy underneath. He chose to give it to him.
Second on Jackson. Jackson, when Ray Meyer recruited him, said he was the best athlete he's ever had in the DePaul program.
That's
athletically. Tony Jackson.
Ray didn't say a lot of nice things about Mark Aguirre, though. There was a little friction during their years together. He was a pretty fair athlete.
Helped lead them to the Final Four out in Salt Lake City.
Terry
79.
Cummings. Terry Cummings, another one. Come on, Ray.
Johnson. And Oklahoma running their offense exceptionally well in the second half.
I think Joey's got to make a subtle change and get the 2-3 back in. Try and create a passive play by Oklahoma. Good
underneath.
pass.
Oh, Embry up to 15 now.
Comegys passed up the jumper, dumped it inside.
There's our first miss of the second half. Strickland pulls up. Johnson, good hustle, running the floor to get the rebound at the other end. Tony Jackson will be called for his third foul.
Unnecessary, too. A little frustrated that the ball didn't go in for his backcourt partner, Rod Strickland. Good pull-up. Looked like he flicked it at the end there. Pulled the string. Silly foul.
Second half shooting percentage is not too shabby.
Take those two guys out that missed the shots. Man-to-man by DePaul.
This kind of shooting percentages looks like one of our sports games. DePaul with a 5-point lead, 15 minutes to go in this game.
Jerry Meyer claims his man-to-man has improved. All the things you read.
Kennedy made a nice fake as if he was going to the basket, turned around, had the position on Embry, and got the jumper. 15 for Kennedy. He has 10 points here in the second half in only 5 minutes of action.
And all of them inside. They've been able to get him the basketball. Occasional deep jumper. DePaul keeps the ball.
The lead was 5 at halftime. The Sooners have trimmed it now to 3. We have 14:33 left in the game, and DePaul's in front.
When the big Q flows, America goes.
Still beautiful, Dad.
Took your brother through college, take you wherever you want to go.
On Quaker State.
Right. Smooth oil flow is what you want, protects the engine. See, Quaker State starts with Pennsylvania-grade crude, delivers stable viscosity.
You get great protection with the big Q.
Hey, how come you know so much?
From listening to you.
Quaker State. The big Q stands for quality. Always has, always will.
The measure of a champion. It's not just a matter of inches, but a matter of degree. It's the determination to give that extra margin of performance that results in being the best. We know we're the Champion Spark Plug Company, and we prove that Champion Copper Plus is America's best. It delivers that extra margin of performance that's the hallmark of a true champion. Copper Plus, America's best spark plug.
The premier field in tournament golf. One of the tour's most challenging courses. The Tournament Players Championship in 2 weeks on CBS Sports.
A quicker pace second half. And DePaul over Oklahoma 50-47. Mike or I should say Blue Devils in the next round of the NCAAs.
Could be the Blue Demons as well.
The way they played today, you can call them anything they want. They were just terrific in a their second round game against Old Dominion. Comegys steps in. Little finger roll to the basket. It didn't drop. A nice move here.
Great penetration. He looked inside. Looked for the bounce pass.
And McAllister cuts it to 1. He has 12.
What's crazy is that's the way they have to play. Forcing the issue.
Strickland to Jackson. 10-footer. Blocking foul on Johnson. We'd like to welcome those of you that have been watching the Bradley-Louisville game. Bradley losing to Louisville by 14. Cardinals advancing on to the round of 16. We're in Greensboro, North Carolina. Second round action in the East region. And DePaul leads Oklahoma by 1 in the second half. Tony Jackson at the free throw line for DePaul. I'm Jim Nantz along with Bill Raftery. We saw the Blue Demons of DePaul take a 12-point lead in the first half before Oklahoma trimmed it to 5 at intermission. The Sooners have continued to have the advantage momentum-wise in the second half, and now they will have a chance after the 2 missed free throws to go down and take the lead.
Oklahoma's been able to handle the zone when thrown at them. DePaul switched to man-to-man, and now they're in the 2-3, which I think has given Oklahoma the most problems.
Tim McAllister. He has 12 points for the Sooners in this game. Over to Anthony Bowie. Hot hand, though, by Daryl Kennedy, number 30, in the second half. McAllister's jumper no good. Picked up by Jackson. Here comes DePaul off and running.
Nice look.
Marty Embry.
They've got better coverage in the 2-3. They're able to rebound, take away the inside game, and get those kind of breaks. Jackson, it's so tempting with the reaching.
That is the 4th foul on Jackson. Now watch the play here of the point guard Strickland. Back to the trailer.
They give up early enough by Jackson to permit Strickland unselfishly giving it up. Embry running the floor beautifully.
And Embry has 17. That ties his season high. Marty Embry, the center for DePaul. They lead now by 3.
Nice try, though.
Johnson stepped on the line.
Ran out of room. Tough for that wide body to get around the defender.
This predominantly ACC crowd kind of pleased to hear Georgia Tech in front of Villanova in the second half. All right, DePaul had their lead cut to 1, but now they can go back up. They do by 5. Holmes.
Comegys with 2 great assists in the last couple of minutes.
There you see the Yellow Jackets leading by 14 over the defending national champions. We have 12:20 to go in the game. DePaul leading by 5. Daryl Kennedy, nice pass underneath. Davis doesn't get the shot to drop, and DePaul has the rebound, chance to go up by 7.
Much better coverage in the 2-3. They're able to play people, match up almost, and perimeter passing, take away the inside game.
Steal by Bowie. Spins loose. Over to Davis. Man open is Johnson. He's blocked by Jackson.
Great timing. No foul whatsoever.
Jackson saves the short 2. Billy Tubbs' team trailing by 5. Rod Strickland handling the basketball for DePaul. He'll take the outside shot. It doesn't go, but Embry.
Look at the board work by Marty Embry. DJ got his hand in there. David Johnson.
Johnson has 3 personals now. And Embry has been a big part of this DePaul performance today. He has 17. There's Lamone Lampley coming in. Rod Strickland at the controls for DePaul, 9 points and 8 assists.
Lampley had a great first half, 4 for 6, had 8 points, played within himself.
Tony Jackson, one of the seniors on this ball club. 4 seniors start for DePaul. Dallas Comegys. And Bowie with the rebound.
They're really trying to generate it. Get it up.
McAllister from way out. And Embry tips it out to Jackson. 4 on 2.
Nice play.
Wow.
Avoided Bowie. They're running some classic 3-lane breaks.
What court savvy he has. Rod Strickland.
McAllister trying to thread the needle. Roberts didn't see it, but Jackson making it by giving it to the middle and filling. And of course, when the people are parallel like that, you can split them and go to the goal, as Strickland did.
You know, Bill, Oklahoma's the team that you would think would have the most fast break points, but it's DePaul, 13 fast break points, 6 for the Sooners.
And they're getting away with the 2-3. They played it on the inbounds. That time 2-3-2. I'd like to see Oklahoma in the man.
Remains Oklahoma basketball. Kevin Holmes checks back in for Marty Embry, who's going to take a breather. $17 points for Embry.
Because the judgment has been good to respond to your query. They've run the break well, DePaul, made good judgment, and of course balanced the floor. And when you take good shots as they have, Oklahoma can't get going.
We've seen a couple of plays happen in this ball game that seem to have really inspired Oklahoma. And then they seem to suddenly get really soft and not have the flow going offensively. Another steal on that possession.
And Tim McAllister with 2 turnovers in a row.
That's the 8th turnover of the game for Oklahoma. Holmes in the lane. And it counts.
Well, they're picking the zone apart. They did it in the first half. They're popping in the 3-second lane, down to the boxes. DePaul deploying and passing beautifully.
So Kevin Holmes will shoot a free throw, chance for the 3-point play. Look at this one.
And Comagese with his 3rd assist. The soft roll.
It's 4 now on Ron Roberts of Oklahoma. Holmes was a teammate at Cleveland High School in Los Angeles on the basketball team with Brett Saberhagen. Kansas City Royals.
He knows where to go for a loan, doesn't he?
Yes. Saberhagen follows Holmes' career at DePaul very closely.
Comes to the games.
Comes to the games, and of course Holmes goes out to the White Sox park when Kansas City's in town.
Here's the 2-3.
Out to Comiskey Park, and there's a nice jumper by
Linwood Davis.
Linwood Davis.
He's played well. They've been better with him on the floor than when they try to play big. Oh, it's going to be a tee, too. I don't think he deserves it. Don't call it tee. You know, frustration. No.
No
please.
signal.
Oh, okay. This is just a guy trying to play good defense, wants to draw the charge, scrapping away, and at the end, he'll slap it away, and fortunately, good judgment by the officials. No technical foul.
So Davis gets called for the personal. DePaul will have the basketball. They have a 7-point lead. Only 9-11 left in the contest.
It started out as a party, but turned into a case of the missing case.
Groovy shit there.
Incredible feat.
Thank you.
Hey, who turned out the lights? It's okay, doll.
Oh, it's not. There's a case of Miller Lite missing.
Oh.
Who took it?
It had to be somebody in this room.
Rodney!
Hey, guys, take it easy, will you?
Why'd you do it, Rodney? Cause light tastes great?
Yeah. Cause life's less filthy.
Yeah.
I tell you, I didn't do it. Well, I'm not even Rodney.
You! I thought it was a costume party. Great mask, huh?
It's no mystery that there's only one light beer, Miller Lite.
But if he didn't do it, who did?
DePaul only 9 minutes and 11 seconds away from pulling off another surprise in this tournament. You don't get surprised anymore, I guess. This seems like year after year. But with Arkansas, Little Rock last night, Cleveland State yesterday afternoon. But a lot of people don't realize DePaul comes in as the 12th seed in this East region. And Oklahoma, the 4th seed. So by all means, this would have to be considered an upset.
Well, at the beginning of the year, you would say, well, no upset. But the way DePaul tailed off in the middle of the year, you are surprised. But they're back. They're playing well. They're organized. And they've got a guard, Rod Strickland, the choreographer of the club. Offensive foul. And Davis and he go at it again.
Strickland called for pushing off.
Linwood from D.C. doesn't want anything out of New York.
You know, Strickland, a freshman, and Davis, a senior. Could be a little strategy there by Linwood Davis to try to unnerve Strickland, though, perhaps.
Could be, and maybe get his club going. Good defense.
Kennedy double-teamed, still gets it to go.
I think they switched to the 3-2 again that time. Every time they do it, DePaul, it seems the ball gets inside.
That time,
oh, they're giving a little nonsense now. See Tony Jackson throw the ball. Come on, fellas, just play.
Tempers are flaring.
Now, this is in the schoolyard when they start woofing at one another. Barking, just play.
Our director, Joe Assetti, predicted before the game that we might see a few confrontations on the court today.
Joe's got a lot of predictions that come true, huh? In an attempt to draw the charge, just as Linwood Davis did earlier. Closer look there, and now Tony will end up throwing the ball as the ref looks together. A little backhand pass, layoff in Tim's lap.
Joey Meyer's team in front by 5. We're under 9 minutes to go at Greensboro.
Rod Strickland's right in front of us saying, get him off me. But Linwood Davis, aggressive. Man-to-man. That's what DePaul is best at.
Pomagis loses the handle, and it's Oklahoma basketball. No foul call.
I thought a piece of the ball was had by Oklahoma. Of course, we're a few feet away, but we still have judgments.
Field goal percentage in the second half, both teams at 66%. 10 out of 15.
2-3. Lamone Lampley in the middle. He's been quiet.
Well, McAllister had 3 players on him. He's still got the rebound to follow. But Strickland comes up with the defensive board this time. Oklahoma needs some shots to drop. They cannot afford empty trips when you start getting near the 8-minute mark.
Well, they're I think, going to get it going from the defensive end. They got to put a stop to the ball, or the ball takes shots like that. That'll help.
Home shot hit the side of the backboard, and Oklahoma can trim it to 3. Out in front is Bowie.
Never saw the ball. They're going to score the goal. You've got to face the basketball as you're running down the floor. Linwood Davis, I think, has played very well. Aggressive in nature, very physical, punishing type of defender. But here, his head's up. Good look.
And you see DePaul doesn't know where the ball is.
Never saw the ball. Pick their pockets.
Joey Meyer takes a timeout at this juncture. 7:54 to go. DePaul with a 3-point lead over Oklahoma.
Are you anything like my brother Jack? He figured the only way to get into a serious road car was to go empty his bank account and buy something from the Black Forest. But I talked him into driving a Mazda 626. Now he's going around telling everyone he knows about refinements, like the better aerodynamics, the new fuel injection, and the great performance. But the way I figured, I saved old Jack about $7,000 bucks. You think I'll ever see any of it?
No way.
That's what I thought.
Hey, Murph, a postcard from Nick.
Oh. Hey, what's it say, Dad?
This is it, guys. The Big Apple. And I mean big. You know, it took me all day to find the street my dad grew up on. And it's just like he said it was. I even met a man who remembered Pop. Then I saw the first lady he fell in love with when he came to America. If only Dad knew how Unical 76 is helping to restore her beauty. And she is a beauty.
Saving the lady with spirit, the spirit of 76.
And again, a reminder, next weekend you can see the World Figure Skating Championships on CBS Sports Saturday and Sunday. Saturday we'll have the women's and the pairs competitions. Of course, that means Katarina Witt will try to hold off U.S. national champion Debbie Thomas and Tiffany Chen as well. Next Sunday you'll see the men's and the ice dancing competitions. Competition both days begins at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific on CBS Sports Saturday and Sunday. Here we have 7:54 to go. DePaul with a 3-point lead over Oklahoma, 58-55.
The pressure. Oklahoma knows they are in trouble. They got to shake it up. They never got the ball out of their game plan. Solid performance by DePaul.
This DePaul team with a lot of experience. And they could be gelling at the right time. 4 senior starters and a freshman.
Well, they got a great trap. Oh.
Strickland got out of it. Here's Jackson. That step to the basket.
And a feel. He knew McAllister was behind him, but he had enough room.
Jackson with 6. DePaul up by 5.
2 threes got Oklahoma taking a little bit of time.
Lobs it inside. Oh, they're going to call it offensive on Kennedy.
Bad call.
Did he have room to come down?
He's got to come down. I don't blame you, Billy. Go get him. Watch the catch and the contact immediately.
Where's the room?
All you have to do is fall anymore. Good weak side help, but should have gone the other way. And that's number 4, correct?
That is 4 on Daryl Kennedy. Leading scorer in the Big 8, also the Big 8 leading rebounder. So Oklahoma can ill afford to have Kennedy foul out of this contest.
And you mentioned empty trips. That was another one.
That may have resulted in 2 had that call gone the other way or not been made, because Kennedy right underneath the basket. DePaul basketball now. They have Terrence Green back in the lineup, number 13.
More help probably to handle the basketball, but 2 guys posting up at the same spot. They're looking to get the ball back to Paul. A little more spacing there.
Holmes out high, now Strickland.
Bad play by Rod. Got in too deep without anything.
And it's Oklahoma basketball. Villanova is coming back, and they're now within 6 of Georgia Tech.
Wildcats hanging tough.
Sooners trying to move within 3. Kennedy back out to Davis.
Twice he's gotten in there. He really doesn't have any business size-wise.
He has a hard time going up against the trees at 5'11". Kennedy actually was double teamed quick when he tried to hit the open man, but didn't result in any points. Here, McAllister with his 3rd foul.
The reach in. Now they're starting to gamble a little bit early. They should just play heads up, aggressive. I don't think they have to go give fouls or try and gamble.
Terrence Green will shoot the 1-on-1, and free throws could be very important down the stretch. DePaul, again, was the worst free throw shooting team out of the 64 squads in the tournament. That is based on their regular season free throw percentage of 62%.
He's got the screwball. It comes out right to left out of his hand. Joey's shaking his head. Tough profession.
But DePaul's only 3 for 9 from the line today. Green takes his time and hits them both.
Close to 10 seconds on that free throw, wasn't it?
I thought he fell asleep.
See how far out they push the perimeter people for Oklahoma. They're just rotating high and low inside. Davis out, 22 feet.
Wild shot by McAllister. Wow.
Oh, and a banker, too.
Strickland almost has his pocket picked by Linwood Davis. Davis will be called for his 2nd.
The expression, Jim. He reminds me of Gene Smith, the old Georgetown player. Good aggressive defender.
Foul trouble-wise, Jackson and Lampley with 3. 2 of the Sooners with 4, Roberts and Kennedy. Strickland hits the front end of a 1-on-1. 3 free throws in a row for DePaul. Strickland, the 2nd highest scoring freshman in DePaul history, right behind Mark Aguirre. He has 12 points, 8 assists today, and he hits them both.
You know you can't.
7-point lead, 5:20 to go in the game. McAllister tries another off-balance shot, but Kennedy's there for the follow.
It was a bad shot. A lot of teams would hate to see that shot, but they get the offensive rebound or get the loose ball after a miss like that.
Steps by Holmes, yes.
Unnecessary.
Again, the Sooners will try to cut it to 3. McAllister has taken shots the last 2 times down court as if we were down to 30 seconds to go in the game. Still more time.
They wanted to go for it all quickly.
Kennedy over to Bowie, short on the 6-footer.
Great collapsing defense, though. They have not been able to get anything inside with the 2-3 defense.
Holmes has it knocked loose.
Bowie.
No foul call.
He got away with one.
Again, it's Kennedy on the offensive board, and it counts. Wow.
They just put the pressure on you. You know, Linwood Davis got in too deep, got a bad shot. All incorrect things. It turns out all right for Oklahoma because they're a frenzy type of team. They like to come out smoking. Unbelievable how passive they've been all game long. Kennedy with the goal. Here you see his strength. Clears some people with the big backside.
He plays much bigger than 6'5". What a second half he has had. He had 5 at the intermission, 16 in the second half. Misses the free throw that could have cut it to 2.
Now DePaul's got to run their offense and take shots. I don't think they should milk it completely. Run it until a real good one shows. And that's a good one in there.
Oh, Embry doesn't get the roll.
Again, not looking, and they're caught.
And another goaltending call.
Tim McAllister. See, that's their aggressive nature, Oklahoma. They just take it to you. The miss of a good shot, you end up giving up the easy one down the other end. Anthony Bowie.
Both times it has been Bowie beating him on the transition game.
He can get down the floor. Timeout now. DePaul.
3:50 to go in the game. Joey Meyer will talk it over. This is the closest that Oklahoma has been since 11.5 minutes to go in the first half.
Every year, dozens of new motorcycles are introduced, each of them designed to fit neatly into one category or the other. And then there's the new Yamaha Phaser. With its 700cc Genesis engine, nitrogen-charged suspension, and distinctively low profile, the Phaser doesn't fit into a category. It creates one.
Billy D. Williams talks about having a good time.
When it comes to having a good time, I've got it down to a science. Now, first you get yourself into the right clothes. Then you get Colt 45. Now, make sure you got enough for you and that someone special. And then you get yourself to a good time place. The rest is easy.
The dynamite taste of Colt 45. It works every time.
Hello, hello, hello.
We are live from Greensboro and the East region. And DePaul leading by 12 at one point of the first half. Oklahoma has been on their heels the entire second half, and the Sooners have now trimmed it to 1. There is another close game going on right now in the tournament. That's at the Southeast region, where Villanova has moved within 2 of Georgia Tech. And that's in the waning moments of that game. DePaul will bring it in under 4 minutes and a 1-point lead. Timeouts left. Oklahoma has 4 of them. DePaul only 2.
Little pick and roll on the wing for Rod Strickland. Let's see DePaul running their offense. Gonna call a charge or a step in?
Oh, they did. They called it offensive. If that's on Jackson, no, that's on Comegys.
Well, I guess he... I'm not sure who they gave it to.
All right, the call now has been straightened out. That was on Tony Jackson, his 4th.
So he left his feet out of control. One extra dribble got him in trouble.
Sooners with a chance to take the lead. They were down 7 just moments ago.
They've been unattractively effective, haven't they? Oklahoma getting back in here.
Well, Kennedy doesn't do anything that brings you out of your seat. He just gets those garbage points, keeps working and working and working underneath.
Grinder.
And he's really been the guy that's done it. That time he was short on the shot and put him in front. Under 3 minutes to go. DePaul seems like they've been hurrying their shots more in this stage when Oklahoma's made the comeback. Now a little bit more patient on this possession.
They are, and yet they're looking, which is good. I mean, it's not... Wow, what a tough goal.
Comegys, Dallas Comegys with 6.
With the kiss turning away from his dominant hand. Look at that.
Oh, Tim McAllister.
Took a peek like Angel Cordero to see where Tony Jackson was.
Suspended in air, has still got the 10-footer to drop. Comegys, maybe he wants to take control here.
Now they're getting the ball wherever they want. Good screen away, set that up for Dallas Comegys.
He has 8 on the game, but 4 of them here in the last 30 seconds, and a steal by Green. Strickland.
And he went right at Linwood Davis to cut the angle down. Terrence Green read the interception beautifully.
And a 5-point lead quickly by DePaul. Kennedy misses, but Bowie follows.
Oh, Comegys with the block. What a finish for Dallas Comegys.
Dallas Comegys has turned it around here in the last 2 minutes for DePaul.
All decent free throw shooters late in the game, DePaul. Of course, Green, you mentioned, 65% in the last 4 minutes. Running some clock.
Davis reaches in, and Green will shoot.
Terrence Green, they're playing smaller with Jackson, Strickland, and here Linwood Davis, who I think played well other than getting inside some shots. Put it up for grabs. Terrence Green, good patience here before he gave it up. Now watch Strickland right at the angle at Davis. He almost wanted to initiate the contact. Comegys with a finish beyond belief. 2 goals, and here, without fouling, the swat.
He had not been really heard from throughout the first 37 minutes of this contest. Now Terrence Green, 65% in the final 4 minutes from the line. He misses the front end of the 1-on-1. Roberts clears, and Oklahoma needs to trim it to 3 here. They want to stay close.
They've got plenty of timeouts, too. 4 left.
Little Davis in there, and he can't get the follow. And what a clear there by Marty Embry.
He was trying to get rid of it before Linwood Davis fouled him. He had plenty of partners up the floor.
So now it'll be Marty Embry going to the line. This is a good guy to have at the line if you're Oklahoma. He's 3 for 7 in the final 4 minutes, 43%. Georgia Tech now with a 4-point advantage. Villanova, you recall, had moved within 2. David Johnson in for Ron Roberts. We're under a minute, 58 seconds to go. DePaul leads by 5. And Marty Embry is shooting a 1-on-1. 17 points, 10 rebounds today for this senior out of Flint, Michigan. Oh, it's a free throw.
Oh, not a good free throw shooter, as you mentioned. 56 for the year, and down at the stretch, 43. He's had a sensational game.
A new season high with that free throw.
They don't want to foul, obviously, DePaul, but they would like to slow the tempo of Oklahoma's release. Go push the ball up and get their feet set for the jump shot.
McAllister will take a couple of now. And boy, I'll tell you, he's had a hot hand lately. 18 for McAllister. Quick timeout by the Sooners. 50 seconds to go in the game. And DePaul will have the basketball when we come back, and a 5-point lead.
You've either got to be a little crazy to take a long trip in a small truck, or you got to have the right truck. If you go drive one of these new Mazdas, you'll never know how good a small truck can be. This SE5 is really a kick to drive. It's got all kinds of room inside. It's quiet and quick. And even though its price might lead you to believe it's some kind of bare-bones truck, believe it or not, what you see is what you get.
Yeah, and there's plenty of room back here for what you got today, Mr. Garner.
Bosses don't believe there's a difference between memory writers from Xerox and typewriters from you-know-who. Ha! Bosses, begin. Both correct errors and center automatically, but memory writers have bold-faced, automatic table setup, and outstanding touch and feel. They're also quiet and much easier to learn and use. So, perfect documents are a snap. Take a long lunch.
For perfect documents every time, call Team Xerox.
Jim Nance along with Bill Raftery. We're in Greensboro, and DePaul has a 5-point lead over Oklahoma. 50 seconds to go. The Blue Demons will bring it in. What's your strategy here if you're Oklahoma?
Well, they've got to either cause the 5-second turnover on the inbounds, get a steal, or try for the ball and give the foul, I would say, early. You can't really choose who you'd like to foul. Embry obviously is the guy. He made them, and now he's taking it out, so you can't foul him. So I think they'll give one early if they can't come. You got to look for the home run by DePaul, too. They may run one guy to the ball and then back down.
Embry brings it into Jackson.
Should be 2 shots, too.
They call it a 1-and-1.
They put that rule in for emphasis.
Whom to foul in the final 4 minutes? Holmes would be the guy according to the statistics, but Jackson will be there, and he has really been clutch this year. 12 out of 14, 86%. Jackson in the final 4 minutes. Oh, hit a big one there.
Nothing but nylon. He just took a deep breath back in the midcourt area.
Of course, this is the big one. It could put it up to 7, put it on an odd number.
Changes the number. They've got to make sure that everybody rebounds down this end of Paul now. They don't have to disappear. You're going to see a quick shot, crashing of the glass.
Bowie down low to Johnson. Easy 2 for Oklahoma. And they cut it to 4, and they take another timeout.
Only 2 left.
2 left for DePaul, 2 for Oklahoma. Billy Tubbs in his 12th year as a head coach. He's taken the Sooners to 5 postseason tournaments in a row.
Because Billy wanted the foul on that field goal, but he's in good shape in terms of 2 left timeouts, and if you don't make your free throws at the end of games, they're going to cause a loss for your club. So he's liable to do the same thing, same strategy. You might see a different DePaul look this time. Trying to inbound the pass, they may fake and go long. They may have less people down the end. Interesting to see Embry taking it out. Keep him out of harm's way, probably.
Of course, he just hit 2 big ones.
Yep. Can never tell.
Would you hesitate to put a man back on the line, even though he shoots?
Well, then I don't think you have many choices at this point. But he's the guy. I mean, you've got to go with the numbers. That's what Earl Weaver says.
How about matching up wise against Duke? Oklahoma played Duke this season. Duke won it by 9. The Sooners were trailing by a lot early in the game, and they made a big comeback.
I would think with the quick jumping, that if I were Mike Krzyzewski, I'd rather play Oklahoma.
You would.
You know, I think the ball's coming around. Their inside people are active. Their judgments are so sound the last 2 nights. But plenty of time left here for Oklahoma to steal it.
Looks like Georgia Tech may be pulling away from Villanova. Only 10 seconds now we hear left in that game, and it's a 5-point Georgia Tech lead.
Same set on offense by DePaul. Now they got a center fielder, Dave Johnson.
Not guarding the inbounds. It comes now into Holmes. And McAllister got him. That's 4 on McAllister. The key thing here is it a 2-shot or 1-and-1? It's going to be a 1-and-1.
Point of emphasis, huh?
Holmes on the season, forget the final 4 minutes. He's 51% on the year.
Well, they may have enticed him to receive the inbounds pass. They locked everybody else up. Here's something. DePaul doesn't have anybody on the line because they don't want to foul. But I like somebody on the line just to, in case there's a long rebound, just say, don't foul. Don't go for anything in front of you. But if there's a long one, tip it back out.
And Holmes misses. Sooners can cut it to 2. McAllister. Wow. Johnson with the offensive board. And he's fouled.
Kevin Holmes.
Boy, they have worked hard, Oklahoma, on the offensive glass.
The philosophy's simple.
Just put up a shot and we'll take care of the rest underneath.
And let the tight ends go for the glass.
So Johnson will shoot 2.
Hey, the way things are going, you're looking at an overtime here. Jim Nance.
Tubbs feeling a little bit better about the situation than about 5 minutes ago when he was down 7.
Well, they've used the clock very well. Of course, you got to make those.
That did not help. Johnson missing the first. Can cut it to 3. 25 seconds to go in the game. He has 10 points, 6 rebounds today. He missed them both, and Embry picks up his 10th rebound.
2. They finally gave the 2.
We'd like to welcome those of you who have been watching the Villanova-Georgia Tech game. We are in Greensboro, East Region, and a big free throw by Tony Jackson. DePaul in the blue uniforms now leading by 5 with 21 seconds to go. There you see Georgia Tech, a winner by 5 over Villanova. DePaul has led throughout. Sooners have been within 1. Not been able to take the lead, and they now trail by 5, and time is running out. Jim Nance along with Bill Raftery. This is Anthony Bowie. He misses. Rebound picked up by Comegys. And here is one of the key figures for Joey Meyer's squad in the final 5 minutes. Dallas Comegys. He had not been heard from all day, Bill Raftery.
Couple of passes, couple of shots. They had taken him out, just put him back in a little while ago. Seeger. But they rebounded the last couple of times. Oklahoma just throwing the long jumpers and crashing, trying to get back in this thing.
This ACC crowd erupts with joy as they hear that Georgia Tech has downed Villanova out of the Big East. Now Comegys will go to the line. Final 4 minutes, he's a 73% shooter. Only 11 ticks left. DePaul, the 12th seed in the region, can make it to the round of 16. Comegys misses. Oklahoma has to do something very quickly. McAllister. Comegys again, but he was on the line.
Again, the long jumper trying to go after it. Joey Meyer, his club, outstanding performance. Didn't get into a ratty type of game. And there you go. A Rod Hudley flip by Rod Strickland as the clock ran down. And maybe the monkey's off Joey Meyer's back.
And DePaul has done it. The 12th seed in the region. They have upset number 4 for Oklahoma after upsetting number 5 Virginia on Thursday. The pressure apparently off of DePaul this year, not being one of the favorites, and they are now down to one of the final 16 teams in the tournament. Let's go back to New York and Brent Musburger.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. And your Chevrolet MVPs from that game for DePaul, Marty Embry.
Even music hurts. But I don't reach for aspirin or Tylenol anymore. Today, I choose Advil.